Okay, hello everybody, Francesco here from Movement Monastery, and today I'm going through a cat leap live tutorial. This is for basic, beginner development in this skill. What is a cat leap? A cat leap is when you jump to a wall, like so, and hang on it, like that. Okay, it's also called an arm leap, and originally it's called an arm leap. Sotibra means jump of the arms, but I'm going to call it cat leap because that's what most people tend to call it these days. So, depends on where you're from though. In any case, we're going to go straight to this. So first you have to have the strength to be able to hold the position first before we actually jump to the wall. All right, so the first thing you need to be able to do is hang on. Now I usually use called a hook grip, where your thumb is over the index finger and then the rest of the hands are like that. You can do it with just your fingertips if you want, but as an advanced way, you want to get as much friction as possible. So you want to have it in this little hook grip position like so. So I have both of those on the wall like that, and I'm going to just hang on the wall, right? So first thing is be able to hang on the wall like that. Now if you can do that already, the next thing is try and hang on the wall while pulling the knees up. Now be very careful with this, don't scratch your legs up, but you should be able to put your knees on the wall like that and hang in that position. Now if you can already do that, then you can do the next part, you should be able to do the next part quite easily. And that's just lifting the feet up and putting the foot on the wall like that, instead of putting your knees on the wall. And that looks like ball of the foot, other ball of the foot, you should be able to hang in that position. Now, once you're there, you want to try and lift the legs up and you want to pull down slightly with the arms so you feel an abdominal contraction. Now, if you're already sore, you're going to feel how much the abdominals actually work in this. So really try to put some extra attention into keeping the legs lifted so they're not sliding down the wall. It's not usually the grip of your shoes that keeps you from sliding down the wall, it's your ability to keep your legs lifted. So if you can keep your leg lifted like this with just the muscles of your body, your hip flexors, then you can do this on the wall as well. So both hands on the wall, legs lifted, placed on the wall. If I relax my legs, they'll slide down no matter what type of grip you have, okay? So just keep that in mind, that it's not necessarily the grip of your shoe, it's just the muscles keeping your legs up. All right, so if you can hang in that position, the next thing you want to be able to do is you want to be able to do little tiny shifts back and forth between your hands. All right, so that means that from a hanging position, I should be able to shift back and forth from one hand to the other. All right, so you have these little wall shifts back and forth going on. And then the next thing from there is you want to be able to do a slight pull. You don't have to be able to pull yourself all the way up, not yet, but a slight pull up is enough so that you have a little bit of bend in the elbows. And that looks like this. Both feet on the wall, slight pull of the elbows. You should be able to go up and down lightly in this position, right? Find yourself sliding down like that. I suggest just working on the isometric hold on the wall, staying in that position on the wall for time, and building the strength up there first before going on beyond this position. If you can hold that position pretty well and it feels strong, the next thing I want to see you be able to do is you can do little light pushes away with your feet. So your hands stay on and you're doing little light pushes away with your feet. So hands are on, and here are your little pushes away with the legs. So you should be able to do hands, you should be able to do legs. And if you can do both of those things, then we can start talking about how to step to the wall and then jump to the wall. So how do we step to the wall? You want to be about leg length away where your legs are slightly bent to touch the wall. Placing one foot on, then both hands on, then the other foot on, and go into your hang. And you want to repeat that. Foot, hands, hang. Okay? Foot, hands, hang. Keep repeating that, make it an exercise. Try to do 10 sets of 10, or that's a bit much, try to do like 3 sets of 10 at first, right? If you can do that fairly easily, all right, then the next step would be doing a light jump to the wall. Now I have to warn you, when you're jumping to the wall, okay, you have to make sure, first of all, at the beginning of this, I should say this, you want to make sure that the wall is sturdy, okay? I know that this wall is sturdy, so I didn't have to check it, but you should always be checking your walls. You can always tell someone who's been around and doing parkour for a while because they're always checking how strong and sturdy things are. If you just jump to a wall without ever checking it, that's not a good idea, right? I know this wall is sturdy. I know that this part of the wall is very, very strong, and I'm not trying to over grab and pull the brick out on me, make sure there's no cracks in it. It's a strong part of the wall. So just always make sure you're checking for that, especially when you start to jump to it. So now we're going to talk about jumping to the wall. So the first thing we're going to be doing is loading up one leg in front of me, kind of in a lunging position. I'm going to do a light jump, and I'm just going to push off the wall and come back to my feet. Just like that, very light. Pushing off the ball of my foot, coming back down to the ground. Because you want your legs to make impact first before your hands do, because they're going to take away most of the pressure from hitting the wall. Okay, so you want to be able to do that. So once you've done that a few times and feel good with it, after your foot hits the wall, you can grab with your hands. Okay, again, foot to the wall, grab with the hands. And it's very, very subtle. Your feet hit slightly before your hands hit. Very subtle. And once you start feeling better with that, the next thing would be trying to get the other foot up either right next to it or slightly below it. So that would be here, and landing with either a stagger position or feet side by side. Okay, if I show you from the other side here, landing there. Okay? And that's your basic cat leap. And then you can take that and make it much, much farther away as you feel comfortable with landing in that position. But start with this first, build your strength up in this position. This is a foundation position in parkour specifically, okay, or just obstacle training. You want to be able to take impact against the wall so you can climb up it later. That will be the next tutorial for the parkour series, is how to climb up on top of a wall, and we will go from there. So if you have any questions, let me know below, and I hope to talk to you all soon. You all have a great day. Keep on moving. Thanks, guys. End live.